In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly where to put your money to guarantee your financial security for the rest of your life. Whoa. I'm not about to give financial advice. Don't want to go to jail, would not last long with a face like this. We're not going to be talking about any specific financial products or investments in today's video. All jokes aside, as this is my first video with actual content, let's zoom out a bit and get a lay of the land. The road to financial freedom is a daunting one. Many of us, especially when we're young, don't even have a map of how to get there. For you, it might not even feel possible to achieve in today's world. The distance might feel too great to even cover in a lifetime, let alone by your 30s, 40s, or even your 50s. Through these videos, I hope to inspire, educate, remind, and reassure you. Both the journey and the destination, if there is one, will look different for everybody. The vehicle you choose for your journey and who you have in the car with you will be up to you. But I can help you with directions, potholes to look out for along the way, and ways to make the trip more enjoyable. Now, as I mentioned, there is one thing that you absolutely must do to ensure a life free of financial stress. This is an absolute prerequisite before you even start your journey, before you think about buying a house, investing in the stock market, for example, not financial advice, or getting rich. In life, we need to accept the uncomfortable reality that shit happens. We have to hope for the best, but expect the worst and plan for the worst. Unfortunately, most of the shit that does happen costs money. In today's society of consumerism, this has never been more true. Planned obsolescence and just general wear and tear guarantees that things that you own, often expensive things, will break at some point. Nothing lasts forever. Your job, also not a 100% certainty. For some strange reason, perhaps it just seems this way, but often bad shit happens all at once. I don't want to scare you, but if your phone died in the same week that your car needed a serious repair, could you afford that? What if you lost your job that week? Now, that exact scenario is quite unlikely, but stuff like that does happen. For those of you that are switched on, which I think most of my viewers are, the lovely, intelligent people that you are, you probably can guess what I'm talking about and what I suggest that we do about this. I'm talking about the emergency fund. If we extend the road trip analogy, it's like checking your oil and your tire pressure before you set out on that journey. It's the airbags in your car if you crash and the spare tire if you get a flat. A survey done by Compare the Market, not to be confused with Compare the Meerkat, absolutely love those ads, found that about 15% of Aussies are living paycheck to paycheck with no savings at all. A few other studies I found, a few other surveys I looked at were like 30% of Australians, and then there was even one from the US that was talking about half of Americans not having any savings. That is honestly absolutely terrifying. The reason I'm so passionate about personal finance is not because I want to be rich. It's because I want to live a life where I don't have to worry about money. Money is one of the biggest causes of stress in people's lives. It's the number one leading cause of relationship breakdown, for example. I don't need any statistics to convince you of this. I'm sure you've seen it in your own life and in the lives of those around you. An emergency fund is the foundation of your financial future. In a nutshell, it's basically a wad of cash that you have in liquid form that you can use in case of emergency, such as losing your job and you need to still survive without that primary source of income. Now, doing this might not be mathematically optimal. You might be able to get higher returns somewhere else other than just sitting in your bank account. But honestly, your peace of mind is priceless. I nearly forgot the word for priceless. Now, indulge the engineer within me and let me show you a graph that I've drawn up to try explaining this concept better and why we should care about it. Behind the scenes look at making this work without a tripod. We're set up on a chair. Let's go. Alright guys, welcome to my beautiful drawing here, Christmas in July with the red and the green. On the y-axis you've got your bank account balance, on the x-axis you've got time. Green is payday, so you're cheering on these days. Red is your overall expenses throughout the fortnight. This area here, you're chilling, you're in equilibrium, your expenses match your income pretty well. But over here, you'll see this is where the shit happens. You've got something expensive that you need to pay for, and you're going in the negative zone here. The closer you get to this line, the more stressed you are. If you're below it, obviously you're going to be very stressed. Here, you might need to borrow from friends, borrow from family, use buy now, pay later, and that type of thing, which is just going to add to your stress. And also, it's going to increase your expenses when you finally do get paid. You're going to have to pay people back and that kind of thing. Here, you're going very negative. It's a slippery slope here. There's a bit of a gravity that tries to pull you down when you are below this line, where you've got to pay back things like you might have a credit card here in order to pay these expenses. So it's getting quite stressful here. And then, as you can see, it's a downwards trend. It could also be, it wouldn't have to be something breaking. It could be you losing your job, which would look like that, where you just don't have these green paydays here. What an emergency fund does is it brings this line here down, essentially. It's a little bit of a safety net, you could call it, that might be somewhere down here, so that when this stuff does happen, you're not going negative and you have this safety net here. Now, there is one more thing more important than an emergency fund, and that is to slap that like button if you've enjoyed this video so far. Leave a comment down below for any feedback or ways I can improve this in the future. I want these videos to be high quality and for people to actually enjoy watching them. In the next video, I'm going to talk more about how to decide how much to actually have in your emergency account based on your specific life scenario and circumstances, and also the best place to put this money. If that sounds of interest to you, I'll try and put the video somewhere when it's uploaded. If it's not uploaded, it'll be some random video, so go watch that if you want. If this topic of personal finance interests you, please subscribe to this channel. I'll be making more videos on that topic and also several other topics moving forward. Peace.